We start by seeing a strong man chained to the back of a prisoner transport truck, being escorted by police officers. Suddenly, the truck stops because the driver needs to go to the bathroom, and the officers, with that man, wait for his return. The two are extremely scared, and one of the security officers asks the other if it's true what happened to the man who is tied up. The other colleague confirms that it's all true. Such a criminal underwent an experiment after eliminating his entire family. He was taken to prison where a mad scientist performed an experiment on him and injected him with a formula capable of changing his cells. He, who was a skinny and small man, grew in size, transforming into a creature. The scientist's name was Dr. Call, and after altering this individual's body, he escaped from prison and eliminated more than half of the prisoners. Even the guards lost their lives. The police officer is extremely angry with this person and says that he deserves to get an injection to lose his life. But when he approaches to show all his hatred, that man, somehow, manages to free himself and attacks the police officer, killing him right in front of his partner, stepping on his head several times until his skull explodes. The police officer just watches, and, even with a gun in her hands, doesn't fire a shot. After finishing the police officer, the man goes after her as well and takes her life using the chain. The truck driver was still outside doing his business and watching videos on his cell phone, not even realizing that the prisoner approached from behind and eliminated him. After that, the man went to his hideout and found his pig mask. Now he is complete. In the next scene, we see a group of women arriving at a certain place in the middle of the forest. One of them had to get out of the car to throw up the drinks she had ingested the night before, and the others make fun of her because the young woman can't drink a little without getting sick. This young woman who drank too much is named Kate, and her sister Susie went to help her. Kate is desperate because she thinks that on the way to this place, she saw her ex-boyfriend's car, a man who did absurd things to her, and because of that, Kate is very afraid of him. But Susie assures her that this man, named Paul, is not around. After she recovers, the friends continue their trip. They are heading to a cabin they rented in the middle of the forest to celebrate Kate's first birthday. Meanwhile, the piglet was having fun stabbing a sharp object into the body of someone he had already eliminated. A certain man appears to say that he can't play with his food and that he needs to save because some girls are coming to spend the weekend at his cabin. Piglet will be able to choose one of them to do whatever he wants, but the others have to be eliminated and put in the freezer. The young women, lost, decided to ask for help from a man who was passing through the forest with a shotgun. Judith, the one who talked the most, tried to talk to him, but the man told them not to go to that cabin because it's a very dangerous place. Since they were suspicious of him, the women didn't listen to him and continued their journey. They quickly arrived at the rented cabin, which belongs to the man who was talking to Piglet, named Mr. Hogarth, and as they walked around looking for him, the women found him. He took them to see the house. Meanwhile, somewhere in the forest, a car broke down, and a man got out of it to try to fix it. His girlfriend came to see what happened, and he said they would have to walk to the cabin. They are there because they are relatives of Kate and Susie, and the sister of this man's girlfriend is also in the car, but she has some mental difficulties. Meanwhile, in the house, the owner finished showing everything to the women, who were extremely excited. After all, there is a jacuzzi there for them to enjoy the weekend. He then left, and while that was happening, the three who were walking through the forest had to stop because that young man's sister, due to her mental condition, always needs to stop to draw something and usually takes at least 30 minutes to finish. The couple then takes the opportunity to enjoy this time in the forest making love. But during the moment, Piglet appeared and took the woman's life using a kind of hook. He then went after the man, who tried to escape but had no chance and was killed next. Meanwhile, in the cabin, the women were drinking a lot, and we see that Piglet has already arrived to observe them. Kate entered the house feeling unwell because she was having some kind of crisis, and suddenly saw a man who arrived at the cabin covered in blood. The women called the owner of the house, and a police officer came to see what was happening. The two said that man must have been attacked by some bear that resides in the forest, and that the young women need not worry because the officer will handle the situation. They all decide to continue the weekend at the cabin, and to celebrate, the owner of the place will heat up the jacuzzi water. At that moment, the young woman who was drawing in the forest finished, and went looking for her sister and her boyfriend. The young woman, however, only found a piece of clothing and saw Piglet. Scared, she tried to run, but fell into a bear trap. Now she can't even escape, and Piglet approaches. He uses the hook to hit her as well. Back at the cabin, Kate decided to get some fresh air outside, and that man appeared out of nowhere to warn her that if they remain there, the pigman will show up and eliminate them. Susie soon appeared, and, threatening to call the police, made the man leave. Judith was walking through the forest with a cigarette and found that young woman's notebook on the ground, knowing that it could only belong to her, and also being suspicious since they hadn't shown up yet. Judith went to investigate the surroundings and found the young woman named Courtney tied up with chains right nearby. Courtney warned that the pigman was coming and asked Judith to hide. She did this, hiding before the pigman could see her inside. He didn't see her and later took Courtney's life with that hook pierced in her chin. Judith tried to escape, but she couldn't open the door, and Piglet easily found her, twisting her neck in such a way that she was eliminated. Kate and Susie were talking about all the sad things that happened in Kate's life, and because of this, Susie managed to find a job in a new city and will take her sister with her to have a new life. The two are very happy. Meanwhile, Alex and Diane were enjoying the jacuzzi. The two are girlfriends and didn't even notice that the owner of the place was watching everything from afar, except when, after a while, to his misfortune, the two saw that he was there and expelled him. To Alex's misfortune, however, Diane doesn't want to do anything anymore. She went to take a shower, and as revenge, the owner of the house came with an axe and took her life. Alex, outside, doesn't even know what was happening when Kate and Susie appear. The two are suspicious because all their friends are not around, and the people who were supposed to arrive hadn't shown up either. The three together decide to go look for the others. Kate and Susie go to get the car to leave there, but Alex wants to stay in the house. She doesn't want to leave the property because she is afraid. When they get in the car, Susie and Kate realize that it is out of gas. They will have to keep searching around the property and separate to make the work easier. The owner of the house and Piglet cannot allow them to escape, and the owner himself will distract Alex. Piglet arrives to take her from behind, hits her head with a tool, and as soon as the woman wakes up, she is in that hiding place with many bodies around. Before she could react, Piglet arrived and took her life. Only Susie and Kate remain. They don't know what to do when that man appears where they were, offering help. He wanted to take them out of that place using his car, but Susie, suspicious, said that he could transfer the gas from his car to theirs so they could escape by themselves. He accepted and left first to guide the way, but before the women could leave, Piglet appeared. He charged at them, forcing them to separate, but the abomination managed to reach Kate. Fortunately, Susie appeared with the fire extinguisher to distract him and flee with her sister. While they ran, they came face to face with that man who was already holding his shotgun. He told the two to get down and fired at Piglet. The two, however, don't trust him and grab the shotgun from his hands. They want him to stay away, but then the man told everything he knows. He said that the owner of that place works with Piglet to eliminate the people who show up there, but the young women don't believe him and try to tie him up to take the gas from his car. Kate begins to trust him, but her sister Susie does not. Suddenly, the owner of the place appears and tells them that that man is the one who is working with Piglet to eliminate everyone. The two foolish young women, not realizing that it's obvious that he is the evil man, believe him. Suddenly, Piglet appears. He wasn't eliminated and already arrives, eliminating that man, smashing his head against a piece of wood. Hogarth managed to grab the shotgun from Kate's hands and shot Susie in the leg. The two young women still tried to run, and Piglet went after them. Susie can no longer walk and says she will sacrifice herself so that her sister Kate can escape from there and live a happy life away from that place. With no other choice, Kate runs away. Piglet comes back and eliminates Susie. He then goes to look for Kate. She found that police officer outside arriving and asked for help. Only the man works with the creature, and Hogarth then knocked it out. When she woke up, Kate was sitting at the table with Piglet, the owner of the house, and the police officer. They had eliminated all the women and had made a banquet with their bodies to offer to Kate. It turns out that the police officer is Piglet's brother. He and the owner of the house had an idea. Since Piglet is now immortal thanks to the mad scientist's experiments in prison, They decided to create an army of immortal people like him. And for that, Kate will be Piglet's wife. He will plant his seed in her. Piglet chose her from the very beginning. The pig man already wanted to start the work now, but the police officer, who is his brother, said that they need to do the ceremony first. Piglet then left that place, and the police officer wanted to do things with Kate. Before him, she managed to trick him, pretending she also wanted to, and then eliminated him with a blade that was there on the table. The owner of the house came to try to save his friend, but Kate also managed to fight against him and eliminate him with an iron hook and then escape from there. For some reason, now her car has gas. When she saw Piglet approaching, Kate backed up and hit him hard. She then tried to escape from the place, but the gas ran out in the middle of the road, and Kate went to ask for help at a nearby house. The owner of the place didn't want to help her, and then suddenly, Piglet appeared behind him and removed his head. Kate managed to grab the car key from that man and will use it to escape, but on the way, a deer ran into the road, and Kate lost control of the car. She flipped over and now will have to flee on foot, but soon Piglet appeared. He grabbed her by the hair, but Kate manages to break free, runs into the forest, and hides. When the enemy approached, she hit him from behind with a wooden stick to take revenge for him having eliminated her sister and her friends. Kate attacks him with great anger, and then grabs the aberration's axe and removes her enemy's head, finally finishing this terrible story.